Good afternoon and welcome to the Burton Albion Pirelli Stadium for the Women's League Cup final between Nottingham Forest and Watford. Today's game being played by two informed teams. Forest undefeated in their last 8 league games, whereas Watford haven't lost since the 26th of February. An exciting final ahead of us this afternoon. I'm joined by my co-commentator Elliot. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Matthew. I think today both teams top two of their respective leagues, and I just feel as though it's going to be a very exciting game. Both teams don't concede many, but Forest have 78 goals this season, sorry. And we know Watford are great defensively, so I think that middle of the park battle is going to be brilliant today.
Definitely a game which can promise goals this afternoon, but also both sides know how to keep clean sheets. They know how to keep a proper defence. Forest 5 clean sheets in their last 9 games, and that could be a really important factor in a cup final, couldn't it?
Definitely, and especially with Forest scoring in every single game this season. It'll be interesting to see if the Watford defence can handle that, and also if they can hit back with some firepower of their own.
Definitely firepower of their own. Watford have scored 90 goals in all competitions this season.
Gemma Davison especially, used to play for Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea, and has won the top flight of English football 10 times. So, you know, she's got a lot of experience under her belt, a lot of goals scored, so excited to see how this one goes.
We'll give you a quick run through of both starting lineups just as this anthem is concluded. Nice to see a big crowd here, turnout for both teams. Fans travelling from across the country. As we now run you through the Nottingham Forest team. Emily Batty, Lindsay Harkin, the captain. Olivia Cook plays with Charlotte Steggles. Sophie Domingo on the wing. May Moncaster, Yasmin Mosby, Amy West, Becky Anderson, Hayley James, and Forest top scorer Charlotte Greengrass will lead the line for the Reds this afternoon.
I definitely think it will be tough for that Watford defence to hold off Charlotte Greengrass this season with 21 goals and 3 assists.
Definitely, but Watford have a team there of their own that can really handle that this afternoon. Goldsmith in goal, Nicola Gibson, Annie Rossiter, Bianca Baptiste, Gemma Davison, Ellie Head, Dre Georgiou, Megan Chandler, the captain, Poppy Wilson, Ali Palesh and Faye Brow make up the Watford 11 this afternoon in the FA Women's National League Cup final.
Both teams getting past very tough opposition in the semi-finals to reach this final here. Nottingham Forest faced Portsmouth at the Holbrook Stadium with an emphatic 5-0 win, with Watford beating Wolves 2-0 in their semi-final. So, you know, like we said at the start, a lot of goals scored, not many conceded.
But something we'll have to give this afternoon, and it'll be interesting to see which way this game goes. Forest will be looking to go one better than the last time they reached the final in 2011 of this competition, losing out on that occasion to Barnet on penalties, which, by the way, is of course also a possibility this afternoon if the score is level at full time.
Yes, extra time and then penalties, so if we get that far, you'll have an eventful afternoon.
Both players now just in their respective team huddles. Final messages as kickoff fast approaching. Delayed kickoff this afternoon was meant to be 3:30, but now find ourselves at 3:45 kickoff, and that is just moments away.
I think the key battle as well will be the two captains. Obviously, leadership in a final is key, and I think they need to get their teams going and start quickly. As you know, it's only 90 minutes, unless it's a draw. Obviously, it'll go to extra time and penalties. But yeah, I think that's going to be a massive battle in there for the leadership qualities of both captains.
Yeah, the message will be 120 potential minutes to leave it all on the pitch and have no regrets this afternoon. Watford coming out of their huddle slightly early as Forest give their one final message. Referee just waiting, and ball placed on the centre circle, and we're now just moments away from this cup final. It should be an action-packed 90 minutes. From the stats we've said so far, goals will be expected, but of course sometimes we know these finals can be a cagey affair. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes this afternoon. Nottingham Forest will be taking kickoff here. And the Reds get us underway straight into the Watford ladies' half, but ball given away early and just shown their attacking intent straight away. They're straight from kickoff, straight into the opposition half.
I think the wide areas are key as well. Obviously, massive pitch here on the Pirelli Stadium. I just feel if those wingers on both teams can get in behind the defence, they're going to have a lot of space to run into.
Yeah, dangerous wingers, dangerous forwards as well for both sides here this afternoon. Particularly Faye Brow from Watford. Quick feet, got an eye for goal. She only joined in February, and she'll be looking to make an impact in what's just a short time at the club for her so far.
Great tackle there by Charlotte Steggles. In that middle of the park, usually plays holding midfielder, slotting in at centre-back today. Vitally important for this Forest side.
And she'll need to be switched on as Watford now look to mount an attack down this left-hand side. Strike from distance, saved well by Batty. Good goalkeeping to make sure she pushed it out and didn't allow anyone to come in on the rebound, but Watford look to come again now.
It's a great block by Lindsay Harkin, stepping out onto the forward. It's a strong start from Watford, Matthew.
Yeah, really strong start. Two great chances to take the lead there, but good goalkeeping for Batty on the first instance to make sure she pushed the ball away from danger, and then good awareness there from Harkins to put this out for the first corner of the match, which goes Watford's way. In and swinging corner here. What could Watford make of this? And it's gone straight into the net. Watford take an early lead and celebrate with their fans. And well, almost caught us off guard there, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that one's gone in there. We'll have to take a look at the replay. I think it just evaded the first man, Moncaster, at the front post, and well, the goalie just couldn't crawl it out of the net. 1-0 to Watford.
Yeah, it's not often you see a goal straight from a corner, and you argue Batty could have done better there, could have been aware, but really, really clever thinking from the corner taker.
Gemma Davison with her 8th goal of the campaign. And that's the fast start we were on about.
Well, yeah, exactly. Goals were promised by us this afternoon, and we've got one in the opening 3 minutes. And with Forest's reputation and record, there's no reason they can't hit back, and this could be an action-packed affair. That goal, do you think the goalkeeper should have done better, or do you think it was just quick thinking from Davison?
I think it just, like us, it caught us all out really. You don't expect the corner taker to be trying to hit the target from that type of set piece. So, you know, I feel for the goalie, I really do.
Yeah, Forest will now want to hit back straight away, but that's going to run for a goal kick, and they'll have to regroup. Conceding early in a final, never something you want to do, and of course, the pressure now will be on Forest to come out.
Which will obviously leave the dangerous Watford attack to exploit the spaces in behind. Now Forest have to come out.
Forest win the ball back up high here, but given away. And that dangerous attack filled with players such as goal scorer Davison, who you mentioned has won league titles at the highest level, and she'll have that experience that Watford might need to drag them over the line this afternoon. And Forest are going to have to respond. Of course, they've got players of their own who can do that. Charlotte Greengrass, 21 goals, 3 assists this season. She's no stranger to finding the net, and she's going to need to this afternoon now from a Forest perspective. And just how much confidence as well will that give Watford?
Oh, massively, but also I think it will just settle their players down early on and quickly. In a final, emotions are high, massive crowd here at the Pirelli Stadium. I just think getting that early goal, they'll definitely settle themselves down now, and Forest now have to match that.
Yeah, Forest just need to keep a level head now. Ball played in towards the back post, but it's going to run through to the goalkeeper. Just didn't find its intended target, but it was a good idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's, like I said earlier, the wings and wide play is going to be key for this game. Who can stretch the opposition defence and get in behind, and we're seeing it already with both teams sort of attacking down the wings.
Yeah, width will be key this afternoon. Of course, as we mentioned, both teams had tough routes to the final, but also very dominant routes. Forest beating Portsmouth in that semi-final 5-0. As for Watford, along the way they beat Norwich 6-0, MK Dons 5-1, and Wolves 2-0. Showing just how dangerous of a side Watford are, with some emphatic wins on the way to the final of this competition. Of course, a key game as well in Forest League campaign is going on this afternoon, and we'll try and keep you across that with any live updates that we get from that game.
That game, 70 minutes in, currently stands at 2-1 to Wolves. So, for any of you interested, that's the updated score.
Of course, that's a key game, which also affects Forest campaign.
Before their last game of the season next week at the Halbrook Stadium. And Watford obviously fighting for the title in their division as well. Very close at the top there with Oxford United, I believe.
Just
But
shows.
yeah, both teams fighting for things in the cup and also in their respective leagues.
Yeah, just shows the amount of quality on display on this pitch this afternoon. Watford do have a player down here, and looks like she will be alright to continue. That was Ellie Head making her way back to her feet. 19-year-old midfielder, joined from Arsenal.
They've got a couple of ex-WSL players in their ranks, Watford. Very impressive set of players. So it's no surprise that they're in this final and are competing at the highest level in their league.
No surprise at all, and that WSL quality could play a pivotal part in this afternoon's final. Set well there, but Watford win it back, and now look to mount an attack. Really good interception there. Make sure the ball couldn't get out wide, as you mentioned, once again, that whip. Forest now look to respond.
Brilliant play by Manchester there to James. Brilliant play by Georgia at the front post there to snuff away any danger.
Yeah, good ball into the box there. Forest have responded well to going 1-0 down.
Yeah, I think it came as a shock, really, to be honest. I don't think anyone was really expecting that corner. So they've done well just to settle themselves and keep a level head in this game.
It's easy when conceding once to lose your head and concede quickly again, but
definitely, especially in a game of this magnitude as well. Obviously, like you said earlier, Forest's first appearance in the League Cup final since 2011. So it would have been easy to switch off and get too excited, but they haven't. They've done well. They've got back into it.
They definitely played their way back into the game and showing that there will be chances for them in this one. They've just got to be patient and pick their moment. Watford throwing out just midway inside their own half. Good defending there from Harkin. Did well to track her runner and just get in front, get the ball away and out of danger, and Forest end up winning the throw. Clever idea there, good ball forward, but didn't quite find the target. But Forest can go again here and win a throw high up the pitch.
I think Forest's front three of Mosby, Domingo and Greengrass and Moncaster as well, who drops off at times, off of the striker. I think that's key for Forest to get back into this game. They need to get them on the balls, get those combinations going, and just work their way towards the goal, because it will come eventually.
Ball towards the back post. Bounces loosely here. It's danger.
Good defending from Watford there. Last ditch kind of stuff.
Yeah, really good defending to get it clear. But once again, Forest just showing they're well within this game and well capable of getting a goal here. And this will by no means be an easy afternoon for Watford despite their early lead. Now Watford can break here, space through the middle.
That's a great pass.
Good switch of play, and once again, as you mentioned, just that width, key area of this afternoon's clash. Using the space, popping it all over the pitch. Played forward, but Watford still win it back, and it's a good touch there by Steggles and away from danger. Great hold-up play there. And Forest have a chance to get forward here, but now Watford come again. Really good bit of skill there to find some space, but just couldn't quite work the pass. Worth noting as well that Forest do average over 3 goals a game this season, and that's just further evidence of how much threat they will pose this afternoon.
I think on the ball, Forest in that final third, they just need to calm down a little bit. Get their head up, take their time, and try and play through the lines like they just tried there, but a couple of interceptions, under-hit passes so far.
Yeah, just need to stay composed. History suggests that there is a goal in this game for them. They've scored in every game this season, which is an incredible stat when you just think about the amount of games that have been played, and they keep doing what they've been doing all season. They'll grab one this afternoon. Harkin now just on the halfway line, plays it forward. Really good hold-up play there, wasn't it?
You look at the combination play between the front four, if you like. Greengrass will go up front and Mosby will drop in behind, vice versa. You know, Domingo comes in off that wing. It's very good play, and that's throughout the game. That will just get harder for the Watford defenders to manage and to keep an eye on who they're marking.
Yeah, of course. 13 minutes played now in this cup final. Watford lead by a 1-0, but Forest have responded well to going a goal down, and they're showing that there's room for them in this game. But that's really good play there by Watford down this right hand side. What can they make of this? Still going all the way into the box, but a good tackle.
It's absolutely brilliant from Bianca Baptiste there, driving at the heart of the Forest defence, and it took a well-timed challenge from Charlotte Steggles to take it off her for another Watford corner.
Yeah, what a run that was. Started from, I believe, within her own half, and managed to win a corner for her team. And second corner of the game, and obviously we know what happened from the first one, so Forest will be switched on to that, and already they've got a player there on that near post. Perhaps just thinking they don't want a repeat of first 2 minutes here. This one will be an outswinger though, so much harder to score from direct outswinger, and it's played into the 6-yard box but cleared away.
Brilliant clearance again by Steggles.
Yeah, Steggles has been brilliant so far in this opening 15 or so minutes, but that's a really good ball, and there's someone free at the back post if they can find them. It's played into the back post, and I'm not quite sure how she's missed it.
She's got to score. It's brilliant build-up play from Watford, spreading the ball out wide and getting a quick ball across the face of goal. And just needed to direct that forward.
It was such a good ball, as you can see there, to the back post.
I think
perhaps
Emily Batty just gets a touch on that to veer it away from her, else that's a set goal.
Yeah, we didn't see that first time round, but to give credit to the Watford striker, I think that touch from Batty put her off. And now there's space for Forest.
A great ball
down this right-hand side, one-on-one with the keeper. What can they make of this? They go around the keeper, and it's a brilliant save, but a second chance, and it's cleared off the line.
What a clearance.
Forest still coming forward though. A great tackle, but that's going to run for a goal kick, and how is it not 1-1?
Well, we spoke about Watford's defence at the start. A big thing comes from their keeper as well. Absolutely brilliant save there, and kept the score at 1-0.
Moncaster looked certain to score after her initial shot had been saved, but really, really good defending there. Couldn't quite make out who it was on that line for Watford, but she's definitely saved her team there.
We've already seen two brilliant saves from the two keepers, Batty and Goldsmith, and I feel like they're going to have to be on the top of their game for their teams to get a result in this one.
A really nice layoff here into the box, and that's going to go away for Forest. Corner. It's their first corner of the game. Really, really good run by Greengrass. Great link-up play, give and go with Moncaster, and Forest definitely growing into this one. And Watford have dropped off a little bit within the last few minutes, and despite going close themselves to doubling the score, Forest definitely the team more in control now. It was taken short there. It seemed like perhaps a routine they'd worked on in the training ground, but just didn't quite come off for them. And that's going to run out for a Watford goal kick. Oh, definitely, so far, the most action-packed period of this match. Both sides going close. The score somehow remains at 1-0. With the quality of chances we've just seen, it should be 2-1. Forest once again winning the ball high up and keeping the pressure on, and that's just what they've got to continue to do, isn't it?
Definitely. I think we've seen so far the battle in the midfield as well. Lots of strong challenges being put in, and it's been a great cup final so far.
And Watford now could break here.
There's Baptiste looking for the ball through. I think she might have just been offside, but Batty does well to come and sweep that one up.
Yeah, really alert goalkeeping there. Just coming to the aid of her defence.
We've seen the last few minutes Georgie getting on the ball a bit more in that midfield for Watford, and I just feel as though that's going to be massive now that they've got their 1-0 lead.
Ball played towards Brow, but cleared away, and Watford now just stepping up a little bit more and responding to that Forest pressure that they've been applying in the last few minutes, and ball now played forward towards Brow, but that's going to run out for a Forest goal kick, and that's well marshalled out by the captain, Harkin. Just how close was that? Watch this chance again, cleared off the line.
Brilliant
so
clearance.
well. Almost put it into her own net, but
I don't know how that's not gone in, Matthew, honestly.
it's a game of fine margins, it really is. Forest win that, but ball cleared out and into the stands.
I'm just looking at the pitch right now and the amount of space that Baptiste has got on that right wing. If Watford can just pick her out, she's almost got a free run at the goal. So, one to keep an eye on for the rest of the game, I think.
Yeah, really good spot. She's already been a handful this afternoon, as we saw with that run just a few moments ago that led to a Watford corner. If she's allowed too much space, then she could really cause issues. And once again, here she is just pressing and showing that attacking intent. Now Watford come again. Really good give and go, and it's back into Brow. What can Brow do with this? What a save from Batty. Brow once again with another great chance to double Watford's lead, and just really good play there, wasn't it? That give and go.
Yeah, superb football from Watford there. Sliced through the heart of the Forest defence, and Batty to the rescue again.
Yeah, it's a good save from Batty. She was under pressure one-on-one. She had to stay strong, had to stand tall, and she did well to put that out for a corner. Now Watford once again, third corner of the game. Davison over to take this. It was Davison that scored directly from the corner in the opening 2 minutes of this game, and what trouble can she cause this time? Forest do get it away, but Watford still coming forward, but that's going to go out for a Forest goal kick. 20 minutes in, Watford lead by 1-0. What have you made of it so far?
I think it's been a close game like we expected. Couple chances here and there, but it's been interesting watching both attacks and the midfield, how they're linking up, trying to play football. You know, it's a wet ground as well, so the ball's skidding all over the place, but it's good to see.
Yeah, a few mistakes so far in this cup final, but that's overshadowed by some really brilliant bits of play as well. Some great link up between both forward lines, and really both teams deserve to be on the score sheet. Definitely can't see this one ending 1-0. There will be goals.
I'm just looking now, Baptiste and Davison have swapped wings for the time being, so whether that's planned or sort of in-game management, soon to find out.
Well, this will be a worry for Forest. Greengrass down after a strong challenge, and they won't want her coming off. Top scorer this season.
Definitely not.
Just hope that for her sake and Forest's sake, she is okay and able to continue this game. In a final like this, you don't want to see any of the top players coming off. You want all the best players on the pitch and available. Looks like Greengrass will be okay to continue. Good to see that she's made her way back to her feet. And
you have to be so careful nowadays with head injuries as well, especially with all the protocols and things like that going on at the minute. So good to see she's okay and about to come back on.
Watford now building out from the back. Really good play out from the back there. The ball now played forward towards Baptiste, but marshalled out well, and good defending there. Of course, those goals, as we mentioned, they can come from all over the pitch as well, can't they? Steggles playing in the fence this afternoon, but She has 11 goals this season. Primary penalty taker for Forest, 6 from the spot. And she adds 3 assists to that as well, and it just goes to show that the threats are everywhere on the pitch this afternoon, not just in the front lines.
Well, it's evident early on, Matthew, that Forest have set up to press Watford high, not give them any time on the ball, occupy the spaces mostly. So, yeah, I think they're getting some joy out of winning the ball back up in the opposition third.
Watford, though, not shying away from it, still trying to play out from the back, still trying to play their football, but as you mentioned, Forest are catching them out on occasions, and they'll have to be wary of that threat. First real dangerous free kick of the afternoon. Forest loading bodies into the box, and what can they do with this? It's played towards the back post, and Watford win the initial header, and Forest do win the second ball, but eventually it's given away. I can't tell, was that given as a foul or offside?
I think it was a free kick for a push in the back.
Watford now, their fans responding to that free kick. Once again, as we mentioned just moments ago, still trying to play it out from the back, play out with the Forest pressure.
Forest are doing very well at that though, stopping that ball through for the forwards. Be interesting to see if Watford can break the lines and get the likes of Davison and Baptiste down in behind the opposition fullbacks.
As you can hear and see, big support here for both teams. It's Watford fans who will be happy at the moment. It's them who you can hear making the noise, but big Forest support here as well. Fans waiting for the Forest team bus as they left the training ground, and it's good to see such a big crowd turn out today for this cup finals. The ball was played into the box, but couldn't quite find another red shirt. And now Baptiste putting the pressure on here. She's been doing that all afternoon, hasn't she?
Olivia Cook's done well there because she's on her blind side. She can't see where Baptiste is coming from, so to get first contact there was vital.
Baptiste, a really quick player. She's been a threat all afternoon. A regular for Crystal Palace in the Championship last campaign, and she's also made 150 appearances for Spurs, which helped them to earn WSL status in 18-19. 6 goals and 13 assists in 21 games this season for Baptiste, and from the way she's played this afternoon you can see why she has all those impressive accolades to her name. Intercepted well there by Greengrass. Looked like that could have reached, but it was cut out, and now Watford have the chance to go forward, but it's a free kick, and that could be a booking or at least a talking to. It's a cynical foul. I think she knew what she was doing there, didn't she, James?
Yeah, I think that should be the first yellow card of this afternoon. You know, Davison breaking forward, it was a cynical challenge, nowhere near the ball, so I'd expect the referee to brandish a yellow here.
Yeah, you see there, she knew what she was doing. She swung her foot out, tripped her up, and she has received the match's first booking of the afternoon. She'll have to be careful now and tread lightly. Of course, as a fullback up against pacey wingers, it's going to be difficult now on the yellow card, and Watford might look to exploit that side of the pitch. Really good play there, under pressure from 4 different players, and still able to play out. And ball played forward towards Brow. Is Brow going to reach this? Wins a corner.
I have to say, it's brilliant from Rossiter in the first phase there. Turns under pressure and feeds it out wide. Just evades that whole Nottingham Forest press and then gets her team on the front foot.
Yeah, she seemed to have 4 or 5 players hunting her down, but the way she took the ball down and played it out wide was high-level stuff, and that ball forward to Brow. Brow did really well there just to keep the pressure on, didn't she, and make sure that she won at least a corner for her team. Fourth Watford corner of the match as we approach half an hour mark. Davison once again over to take this. This time the corner played across the 6-yard box but cleared away, and Forest will now look to play out, but really good strength there by Baptiste to hold off her marker and keep the ball out wide. Forest stick to their task and win it back. Game's just settled down a bit in the last few minutes or so, hasn't it?
Yeah, after that frantic start, I think both teams have sort of reduced the pressing, reduced the intensity for a little bit, but I'm sure it will pick up again at some point with how this game's gone so far as well.
Yeah, we'll have to pick up again if Forest are going to get back into this. Watford just comfortable at the moment. Forest struggling to create chances in the last few minutes, but as we mentioned, quality on that pitch, and you just know another chance will come, and it's about whether or not they can take it.
So great ball over the top for Baptiste to run onto here.
Really good bit of skill there from Baptiste to lay it off for Brow, but Brow couldn't quite reach it, and good defending there from the captain for the Reds.
I think we're seeing the directness of the front three of Watford here today, constantly running in behind, getting on the ball, driving at it. And with Brow's finishing ability in the middle, you know, chances are going to come.
With this throw high up in opposition half. Ref spots a foul though there, and Forest will have a free kick. Ellie just trying to slow the game down there a bit, and only 19 years old, but showing that experience. Making sure she allowed her team to get back and just stopping Forest taking the quick free kick. Good ball forward now. It's worth noting as well, Ellie Heed, one of the youngest players in that Watford 11 this afternoon. A lot of more experienced players on the pitch. At the age of just 19 years old, it's great experience to play in a cup final. Good pressure there, but puts the Watford goalkeeper off, and she puts it out for a Forest throw. And it's good pressing there, wasn't it?
That's what I was talking about earlier as well, you know, cutting off the passing lines. We know how Watford want to play. We know they're good on the ball, keeping the ball on the floor, so forcing the Goldsmith to go long, you know, it's a good tactic from Forest to win the ball back quickly and then mount attacks of their own.
Yeah, Watford unable to play it out from the back there, and once again giving it away. Forest can't quite make the most of that, and that will run through to the keeper.
I just think Forest need to get Greengrass and Domingo on the ball a little bit more. You know, when they're on the ball attacking and doing their thing, they're so hard to stop. So I think that's one thing that Andy Cook will look to change at half-time if it's still 1-0.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, interesting to note that Baptiste has now come out to this wing as well. They seem to be swapping between them throughout this match. And do you think that's just a tactic to perhaps just throw Forest off?
I think it just adds a different dimension, to be honest, as well. If you've got that, if you're a fullback and you're constantly worrying about your winger, but they're changing all the time, it's who to pick up, where's my man, stuff like that. So, you know, I just think it's just to add a bit of different dimension to the game. As Watford are on the attack here,
space here for Baptiste now down this Watford left-hand side. Really good bit of skill there. She keeps hold of the ball. 2 Forest players on her now, but still going Baptiste. She's done well here to hold on to the ball and still going. Gets her cross into the box, and what incredible strength she showed there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Watford, I'm giving her the ball all the time. She's direct, strong, skillful. Really, really good first half from the winner.
Really good cross now from Baptiste towards the edge of the area. And that's going to bounce. But Forest were able to get it out through Steggles and held up well there and turned well. And that's got to be the second booking of the match. Once again, knew exactly what she was doing. A tactical foul. And that is going to be a yellow card for a pull on the shirt. And it was a challenge that did need to be made. But you can see there just a blatant shirt tugging. Now booking a piece for both sides. Forest opt to take this free kick short rather than going long. Work it back towards Batty, and now Harkin with the ball on this right hand side. Unlucky there. And Watford once again looking for Baptiste, who's been standout player of the half. She's got space to run into here and crosses it towards Brow. Really good cross. Just once again, Baptiste just completely running the show, isn't she?
Yeah, it was a great dummy by Brow in the middle as well to let the ball go through her legs there. And if it wasn't for some good defending for Steggles, then I think Cagey would have been in.
Cross now towards the back post, free header. And she's headed it across goal. What a chance.
We'll see on the
Watford
replay
to
there.
double the lead.
I don't know if she's going for goal or if she's heading it back across. I'm not too sure.
A really good ball, as we can see here, towards the back post. And
yeah, I think she's definitely trying to pass that. She might have been better off going for goal, to be honest with you.
it's Ellie Heed, the 19-year-old midfielder, who headed that back across goal, and perhaps she would have just been better, as you mentioned, just going for goal. Miscued clearance there, and now Watford can benefit from this. Another cross comes into the box towards the back post where Baptiste is lurking. The ball played down again. Eventually Forest do get it clear, but Watford straight away winning it back. And Watford now just really on top. But now here come Forest, given away again, and Watford really starting to take control of this match now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, definitely. I think they sense of the second goal in this. Hang on a minute, it's Greengrass running down the right. Good defending, brilliant defending from the Watford player there.
I think Greengrass just gave the foul away there in frustration.
Yeah, Ali Palace did brilliantly there to get back and just get her body in front of Greengrass and shield the ball out, and she's won a free kick for her team.
Yeah, I think Greengrass there, that run was almost just a response to what we were just saying moments ago, just how Watford have really taken control of this game now, and you can see a bit of frustration there from Greengrass in that challenge. Forest really need to get a hold of this game, and Watford starting to control proceedings here this afternoon as we inch closer and closer towards half-time in this cup final. The Yellows still leading by the goal to 0. Forest now, however, will have the throw and chance to just settle things down. Forest now looking to play it out from the back, as Watford have been doing all afternoon, and trying to respond themselves, but good pressure here from Brow, just not allowing them to play it out and eventually forced to go long, but given away, and now Brow lays it off well, and now Watford can mount an attack. Played out wide towards Baptiste, but that's not going to find her.
It's good defending there from Cook. She plays a lovely ball through for Domingo as well.
Really good show of pace there from Domingo.
Great defending by Nicola Gibson there. Gets back in time, stops Domingo. we've seen some brilliant defending in this game so far, to be honest, and that's why the score's only 1-0.
Yeah, Watford doing really well at neutralising the threat of the Forest forwards. Domingo, 11 goals, 3 assists this season, a dangerous player. But so far she's struggled to get involved in this game. As Forest now take this throw, and it's cleared by Baptiste. She's been forward and now she's helping out in defence, and really just been everywhere for Watford this afternoon. Forest now. 5 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go till half time, and Domingo will be able to get to this, and what can she make of it? One-on-one with her marker. She does really well there to lift the ball through her legs, and Domingo hits the bar!
What an effort that is from Sophie Domingo.
She managed to lift the ball through her marker's legs whilst on the ground, get to her feet, and curl a strike from a tight angle which rattles off the bar. And just as we were saying, she hasn't been able to get into this game. She has the moment of the half for Forest.
I don't know how that's not gone in, to be honest. It's absolutely brilliant individual skill from Domingo there to beat her man while on the floor and then get a shot off. So unlucky.
I think we'll be able to have a look at that chance again in just a moment, but Forest now look to come again, and Forest all of a sudden have come to life here, and Domingo plays it towards Greengrass, fails but gets it back, and now Forest really starting to mount some pressure here as we approach half time, and all of a sudden they've just come to life. Ball played towards the far post, but that's going to be cleared away, but once again Steggall's there to win it back, and Forest really starting to enjoy that space now on that right hand side, and it's crossed towards the middle. Charlotte Greengrass can't quite get to it, and Watford now have a chance to play out and take off some of the pressure, and Heed looking to do it all on her own, and she's done well here, and she's still going, and she's played it into Prowl, and 2 Watford players down, but the referee doesn't agree that any of them were fouled. Brow still down injured, but Forest now looking to come forward and cuts inside from the bingo. Another really good chance. Let's look at this chance again for Domingo. She goes to ground here, but manages to lift the ball through the legs of her marker and just curl it, and it rattles off the crossbar, and what a chance. That would have been a special goal, wouldn't it?
Looking at goal of the season if that one goes in, to be honest with you. That is spectacular from Domingo.
I don't think I've ever seen someone lift the ball through a player's legs whilst on the ground and then get to their feet and get a shot away. So unlucky that that hasn't gone in, and Forest now will really take confidence from these last few minutes. They're ending the half strong here, and that's what they're going to have to do against a tough Watford side. And it's a sloppy foul there from Moncaster. Didn't need to make it, but Watford do get the free kick. And where do you think this burst has come from for Forest?
I just think that, you know, if they get a goal before half time and you're going at 1-1, it's a solid foundation block after conceding so early. Bring yourself back in, level at half time, regroup. You know, it's much better than going in behind. There's a long way to go still in this game.
A long way to go indeed, and Watford now trying to make something work here through Baptiste, but really good goalkeeping by Batty. She had to come out and she had to get there first. If she hesitated to stay on her line, then Baptiste was going to get on the end of that, and we know what Baptiste can do. Good pick out there from Batty, and Domingo running in behind here, and she's really become a nuisance in these last few moments. Once again finds herself one-on-one with her marker, plays it into Greengrass. Greengrass has a strike, and Greengrass equalises. Nottingham Forest do draw level just before half-time, and what a time to find the back of the net.
It's the 2 players we were talking about earlier, Matthew. Domingo and Greengrass combining, you know, play a lovely 1-2, and I have to say it's a brilliant finish for her 22nd goal of the season.
Domingo has come to life in these last few moments, and we hear the phrase commentators curse often, and just as we said she had struggled to make an impact, she's had the 2 best moments of the half, and Take nothing away though from the finish of Greengrass there. Just how brilliant was that?
Could the goalkeeper be doing better? Sorry, I mean, it's straight at her. It's gone through her legs, like the first goal for Watford. Is there questions to be asked?
I think it's just gone through the goalkeeper's legs, hasn't it? And perhaps you're right. It's a good finish from Greengrass, but maybe the keeper could be doing better there at her near post. But it doesn't matter either way. Forest now find themselves level, 1-1 in this cup final, and what a time to get the goal, and it's really game on now, isn't it, as we head towards the second half. And who else but Charlotte Greengrass to level the score. As you mentioned, 22nd goal of the season, and as brilliant as that goal was, a lot of that is down to Domingo, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, the last few minutes she's been coming into her own, getting on the ball, driving at the defence, and that running behind, and then to follow the run from Greengrass as well. It was just an all-round really well-worked goal.
Domingo coming to life, and I think Nicola Gibson is just struggling to contain her in these last few moments, and all of a sudden Watford were leading comfortably, and now it's Watford who will want to hold on till half-time with just a couple of minutes to go here, as Forest now have to look to have the bit between their teeth. They win it back here in midfield, and here we go again through Greengrass. There's space out wide here for Moncaster. Forest all of a sudden have come to life, but she's not quite going to reach that.
I think the second ball's here. The Forest are just winning every single second ball, and Watford has to get a hold of it, keep it on the deck and try and play through it, because it can't go on like this for much longer or Forest will get another.
1 minute at a time here at Burton Albion Pirelli Stadium, and all of a sudden you have to say that Forest won't want half-time, will they?
No, definitely not. Just scoring just before half-time. You know, you want to be out here for another 10-20 minutes piling pressure on, but I think it'll come at a good time for Watford, who just need to regroup now. You know, they were good for the first 20 minutes, sort of on top, had the better chances, Batty making some great saves. Just they need to get back to what they were doing then.
And now Forest once again have a chance through Sophie Domingo. Sophie Domingo looks to win it back there, and she does win it back there, but the referee's given a free kick, and I'm not quite sure that I agree with that. What do you think?
I think she's come through the back, so from the referee's point of view, that's always going to be a bit of a dangerous tackle there. Nothing more than a free kick though.
Yeah, she did come through the back, but she did look to win the ball, but I guess as the rules go in football, that is a free kick. But we'll have a look at that challenge again. Yeah, just did come through the back, and how unfortunate though, because Charlotte Greengrass, her eyes would have lit up as she would have had a chance to add her second, but as the half ends, it is just the one for Greengrass and for Forest. Watford took the lead early on from a corner through Davison, a goal straight from a corner. They did control the game for most of that first half, but in those last 10 minutes, Forest came to life. Domingo really dominating that left-hand side for Forest, and eventually played it for Greengrass, who equalises, and we have a game on our hands now in this cup final. Half-time at Burton Albion Pirelli Stadium. Nottingham Forest 1, Watford 1. Just now going to run through some of these highlights as we find ourselves at half-time. That was the first real chance of the game for Watford. Was parried well. And then this was the goal from the corner, and looking at it again, unlucky there on that near post. Forest head almost getting to it, but don't see that often, do you?
I think the keeper's got to be doing better. I mean, there's no one really near her. The player at the front post doesn't do her job, but I think as a keeper there, just got to parry it out, to be honest with you.
She probably just wasn't quite expecting it, was she?
A bit like us up here, to be honest.
Yeah, we were definitely stunned there to just settle down to take our commentary position, and Watford were ahead from a corner and straight from the corner as well, and as you can see, the players there probably surprised themselves. Two big chances here. This save from Batty was so key, because you feel like if that touch hadn't been made, Brow would have bundled that into the net, and that touch from Batty just put her off. And this was the chance for Forest, their first big chance of the game, and Moncaster's effort cleared brilliantly off the line, and just how close was that?
I think Gibson does brilliantly. You know, she realises her keeper's in trouble. Moncaster's got the whole goal to aim at, and it's a great finish, to be fair, but that is an unbelievable clearance.
Yeah, did well to get back onto the line there. This was a good chance here for Watford. A huge chance to double their lead through Brow. Her second big chance of the half. Once again, Batty denying her. And really, Watford, from watching these highlights, they could have been out of sight. Another big chance here as it was headed across the box by Heed, the 19-year-old midfielder. And this was probably the chance of the half.
The moment of the half.
The moment of the half. I've just never seen a skill like that. It is world class, and the finish was almost world class. And that would have been, that's a Ballon d'Or worthy goal, isn't it? That's sorry, not Ballon d'Or, Puskas. And this was the goal from Forest. Domingo once again in that same position, squares Gibson up, slips it into green grass, and as you said, the keeper probably should have been doing better there, shouldn't she?
Yeah, I just think, you know, when a player's on a favoured foot, in on goal, make yourself bigger, try and stop it, but it's just gone through her legs, unfortunately.
Yeah, she did come across that near post, but just wasn't alert to the ball going through her legs, and that was the equaliser for Forest. And half time now, and what a second 45 minutes we have ahead of us here at the Pirelli Stadium.
2023 League Cup final. Forest 1, Watford 1 at the break. Who's going to get that breakthrough? And we're taking that straight to home.
Just moments away now from this second half restarting. Some Forest players, as you can see, just going through the warm-ups.
Hoping for more of the same really in the second half. Yeah, so some good play. You know, it's a cup final, so emotions are going to be high, and we've seen that with a couple of challenges flying in. But hopefully more of the same from the first half and more chances as well.
Definitely. That first half flew by. Really exciting 45 minutes of football. Almost had a, as I mentioned, the first half Puskas contender for a goal. But two brilliant goals as well. That leaves the score level at 1-1 and a huge 45 minutes ahead for both teams. It's just good to see both teams still in it, isn't it, and competing, and it just goes to show how competitive this final is.
Yeah, well, I think both goalies have had a part to play in that as well. You know, Batty with the save that forced Brow to put her shot wide, and then also the Watford defence keeping out the Forest attack, which we know is very lively and very, very good going forward.
Forest and Watford fans in attendance, singing some songs to try and bring the teams to life. As we are now moments away from getting back underway here. As we mentioned, two high scorers. Forest scored 78 goals in all competition in the league, this season, and Watford have scored 90 in all competitions, and that just goes to show that this is a second half that could be decided by a few more goals, and Forest keeping their record, of course, of scoring in every match this season. A really, really terrific record, and what a record it would be to match with a trophy this season as well. Forest undefeated in their last 8 league games, both teams fighting for promotion. Watford undefeated since the 26th of February. Two mean defences as well. Fiery attacks meet mean defences this afternoon, as Watford have only conceded 26 in all competitions, whilst Forest only the 18 in the league, which they've shipped. Now, as we get back underway here, just going to get an update for you on a big clash that was going on, which has implications for Forest's league season. Wolves did get the victory there over Burnley, finished 2-1.
Which means that if Nottingham Forest win next week in their final league match at the Halbrook Stadium, they will be crowned champions of their division. So a massive game if you can get yourself down there next weekend.
And Forest do have a chance down here. A mistake from the goalkeeper, Charlotte Greengrass. Crosses it in towards the box, and ball bounces around, and it's fallen here for...
Becky Anderson there just couldn't quite turn on it enough to get the shot away quick. And it's good defending from the Watford defence, and they look to break a counter here. Brow laying it off to Heed, but good anticipation there by Batty.
Yeah, heavy touch by Heed there, and as far as we're aware, no half-time substitutions. Both sides starting the second half with the teams that began the game, and I mean, really, you'd argue from both teams' perspective there wasn't really a need to make any changes, was there?
No, definitely not. I think, you know, the first half was good from both sides, defensively, offensively. So it's just as you were, really, and hopefully we get the same sort of second half as we had the first.
Yeah, very evenly contested first half, and changes will, I'm sure, be made as the game wears on, but as of now, both sides happy with the way they've been playing, and both sides have a really good chance at winning this cup final here this afternoon. What it would mean to both those sets of players can't be described. And now Domingo there had a chance to get in, but vital interception. Domingo's been a threat.
She's grown into the game, hasn't she, really? You know, her and Greengrass started off a bit sloppy, a bit slow, and ever since that Puskas award-winning chance that you mentioned, you know, they've both come into their own. Well,
yeah, that's what top players do, no matter how tougher game may be going, they always have those moments of quality, and they've shown that. And another chance to show it here as Greengrass tries to lay it off for Domingo. Tried to return the favour for that goal early on, but was unable to do that. But Steggles has now won the ball high up and crosses it towards goal. And there's a chance here for Montgaster, and she blows it over the bar.
She's got to score. I mean, it falls her on the half volley, but I think she's got to be bursting the back of the net with that one. We have a look again here. It's brilliant from Steggles down the line. The goalie just palmed it out. Yeah, I think she's got to get her knee over the ball there and put that away. What do you think?
Yeah, Moncaster's got to do better there. At least hit the target. It's a difficult chance, as you said, on the half volley, but the goal was gaping and it was there to be hit. And
Forest starting the second half as they ended the first.
Yeah, definitely showed no signs of slowing down, and once again a really big tackle in there. And now they look to come forward through Domingo, but it's headed out, and that was crucial, wasn't it, by Gibson?
Yeah, she's got to have a good half this half to keep Domingo quiet with how she ended the first half.
Yeah, Domingo has certainly come to life, and as we mentioned, Baptiste was the player of the half, or at least most of that half. Domingo now looking to take that crown, as she has really come into her own. As we mentioned, Domingo, a threat for Forest. 11 goals and, well, now 4 assists this season, following her pass through to Charlotte Greengrass in the first half. And her and Baptiste for Watford, and Greengrass and Browheed, so many attacking options that could have an impact this afternoon, as Forest tried to come forward again, and it's headed now towards the back post. A chance here for Greengrass, and it's cut across, and what a save. The ball's still alive for Forest, and they lay it off with the chance to take the lead, but what a save from the Watford keeper. Just how crucial is that?
Well, we spoke about her in the first half and the clearance off the line as well, and Goldsmith has just kept her team in it there with a vital stop.
Let's have a look at this again. Greengrass, her strike deflected.
She does so well to get down low there to keep that one out.
It was Yasmin Mosby who eventually got the strike away, but Goldsmith able to keep it out.
I think Forest have started the second half really well, on the front foot, pinning Watford back, and that's exactly what Andy Cook would have wanted. But Watford now have to find a way to respond.
Yeah, they'll be happy with their start to this half, Forest. No signs of them slowing down. And it's Watford now on the back foot after spending most of that first half in control. Ball now comes into the box, long throw forward. It will bounce here. Greengrass eventually wins the header on, but Watford are able to get it away, but straight away Forest is straight back down their throats. It's a strike from distance, and is that heading goalwards? It's tipped off the bar, and it's in. Forest take the lead, and it's Yasmin Mosby moments after she almost gave them the lead. A brilliant save from Goldsmith, but this time Goldsmith will have her head in her hands as she's allowed Mosby to put Forest in front. And what do you make of that?
That is an unbelievable strike from Becky Anderson from about 25 yards out. Smashes off the bar, and that's what you want your striker to do. Following up the shot, get the rebound. It's an easy goal. Forest lead 2-1, and you can't say it hasn't been coming.
You can't say it hasn't been coming. The last 10 minutes of the second and the last 10 minutes of the first half and the first 7 minutes of this second half, Forest have been all over Watford, and they've made the pressure pay. But could Goldsmith have done better there?
No, I just think it's a wonderful strike from Anderson, to be honest with you. You know, she gets a hand on it, but yeah, it's brilliant following in from the striker as well. And the Forest fans here went crazy for that one.
Forest fans coming to life as Yasmin Mosby nets her 13th goal of the season. And what a time to get it for the Forest forward. And you have to give her credit, she was alert. The strike from Anderson, as you mentioned, was tipped onto the bar, and Goldsmith wasn't able to smother on top of the ball, and Mosby was alert. And that's what a striker does, she follows up.
We've got to see what Watford are made of now, you know. Forest came back from a goal down in the first half, so we'll see if Watford can hit back, bring it back level, or if Forest could take the lead, take the initiative now and go on and win this game.
Well, Forest showing no signs of slowing down. They're still pressing forward. As you mentioned, a really good strike there, and Goldsmith did well to save it initially, but she'll be kicking herself that she couldn't catch the ball on the rebound. And Mosby, a matter of inches between her and the net. She couldn't miss. And Forest now find themselves 2 goals to 1. Forest now straight away coming forward, and there's space in the middle for Mosby if she can be found. Domingo coming in at the back post. Forest look to get forward here, but it's just run out of play, and that's going to be a Watford goal kick, but they're showing no signs of slowing down, are they?
I think what's good about this second half from Forest is they're picking up the loose balls. They're first to every second ball, and they're just not allowing Watford to get control. And I think that's what's caused them to get this second goal and to be ahead in this game.
Watford now look to play it out, and they're just sending it forward and not doing what they were doing as well in the first half, which was just playing it out from the back. Baptiste now will look to win this, and she does, but only as far as a red shirt. And once again, Forest's first thought is attack. They're showing no signs of letting up in this cup final. Ball throw forward now towards Brow. Baptiste tries to play it in towards the box, but it rolls right through for Batty, and now Forest will look to launch an attack of their own as they now come forward here. Greengrass with a really good ball now into the path of Domingo, and Domingo's touch has brought it in front of Gibson, and Domingo goes around 1, 2, and it's just deflected off, but she chases down.
Well, it's those two again, Greengrass and Domingo, linking up. It's telepathic almost. They just know where each other are at all times, and they're growing into this game more and more.
Completely running the show now for Forest. Steggles there, putting Brow under pressure, and Forest, the best they've looked all afternoon, and they've really come to life now, and Watford are struggling to contain them. I think the key message will be from the Forest coaching staff: don't let up, don't slow down, because they've got Watford where they want them right now. Steggles launches this towards the box. Claims for a corner, but I don't think she was ever going to get that one. Referee won't be fooled there, and I think that was a goal kick. Watford now looking to do what they were doing in the first half, just play it out from the back, not forcing the issue.
It's interesting. West and Anderson have come so much closer together in this second half than they were in the first, and it's just allowing Forest to have that extra second on the ball and off it to just put themselves in the position to win it back quickly and to play through the press of Watford.
Forest definitely finding more joy now. Struggled a bit in the first half an hour, came to life in the last 10 minutes of the first half, and completely dominant as we approach the hour mark so far in this second half. Ball played forward now. Watford now getting it out to Baptiste. They need to find her more in the second half. Her first real opportunity of the half to get forward and run at her player. She does win a corner for Watford, and that just shows that she's still a threat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good defending as well, but every time she gets on the ball, her and Davison, they're so direct, so quick. It's going to be problems if Watford can get them on the ball more, then we'll see more goals in this game.
Chance now for Watford to make something count from this corner. Played in towards the penalty spot. Baptiste gets a strike. Another strike comes in from the edge of the box, but that's never going to trouble the keeper, and Forest are able to bring it down, and now played it forward towards Sophie Domingo, and Sophie Domingo has some space to run into here. What can she make of this? She's got Greengrass in support. She can pick her out. She just can't. But once again, Greengrass, Domingo just showing their threat. Could have found Greengrass there in the middle, couldn't she? And you fancy Greengrass would have gone through to score there.
I think Georgiou and Gibson, they do well. They get back quick. You know, from Batty's goal kick or clearance upfield, they've had to track Domingo a long way, and they've done their job. And that's what they need to do for the rest of the game, to keep Greengrass and Domingo quiet.
Domingo now once again on the ball, plays it forward towards Mosby. But she won't get there. Goldsmith gets there first, and alert goalkeeping there from the Watford shot stopper. Now played forward. Moncaster tries to get around her marker, but struggles to do so. Watford now just keeping the ball down and playing it forward into Brow. And Brow now has a pass out wide. If she can find it, she can get her head up. The option was there. Doesn't opt to go for it, but Watford still stay on the attack, and a really positive run into the box.
Vital touch from Cook there to stop Davison, or else she was in on goal.
Greengrass there, just using her physicality to shield the ball and play it now. And Forest have numbers forward, and it's Sophie Domingo one-on-one here. She's got options. Really smart run there from Mosby. Domingo goes for goal herself, deflected, but it was a clever run there from Mosby, wasn't it? Trying to go around the outside, and Domingo really should have picked her out.
Well, both teams look dangerous on the attack, you know. And both defences, to be fair to them, they're dealing with it quite well. But you just feel as though that next goal is crucial. If Forest get it, then it's probably game over. But if Watford can get it, then it's game on.
Brown now in some space if she can be found. Ball does eventually come her way, but it's cleared away, and really end-to-end stuff here now at the Burton Albion Pirelli Stadium. And either team could get that next goal, and as you mentioned, whoever gets it could have a huge game-changing impact. Forest looking to put it to bed, whilst Watford trying to claw their way back into this cup final. Ball now played forward, and Brow was brought down there, but nothing doing for the referee. And Watford now come down this right-hand side. Heed crosses it towards the middle. It's laid off for Brow, but headed away. Once again, really good defending from the captain, Harkin. And Forest now can get the ball away, but Watford now increasing their pressure, aren't they?
Yeah, Poppy Wilson's getting on the ball a bit more as well, which is good to see. Dictating, sort of passing the ball around, trying to get it moving. So I think that's the reason why Watford have started to attack a bit more now.
Poppy Wilson, the 23-year-old midfielder, also a regular in the WSL, played for Bristol City and London City Lionesses. As we now see the first substitution of the match, it's Brown coming off to be replaced by Wallace. Emily Wallace, 21-year-old, joined Watford August of last year, her first season with the club, and she'll be looking to make an impact in this cup final now. Straight away on the ball, but
I think there'll be a bit of a formation change, because bringing off a striker for a wing-back, albeit an attacking wing-back. You'd like to think that the Watford manager has, you know, seen something that we might not have seen.
Yeah, certainly an interesting change. It's not often you see a striker replaced by a wing-back. But now Wallace will look to get forward.
Well, you think that might be in response to the space Domingo's getting down Forest's left-hand side and Watford's right.
The ball's cut, and it's in! It didn't look like it was going to go in, but out of nothing, Watford are level.
Well, I think the wind might have took that one, but like Mosby's goal for Forest, it's brilliant following up.
Almost identical to the Forest goal. It's a free kick, pitched straight towards the box, and it's curled away from the crowd of players in the 6-yard area towards goal. It's saved onto the crossbar and headed in at the near post by Poppy Wilson, who we mentioned just moments ago, regular in the WSL. And once again, this afternoon, a player we mentioned minutes later has an impact on the game. And that just came from nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the ball in looked like it was going straight across the box, and I think the wind's got a hold of it. And somehow it's ended up crashing off the bar, and Poppy Wilson's done brilliantly to follow up and bring her side level.
It did leave us speechless there once again. We looked at each other. It's the second Watford goal. And both Watford goals this afternoon have really come just out of nowhere and just caught us off guard, haven't they? And now Forest need to respond as they lift it over into the path of Moncaster. Her strike saved by Goldsmith. Still bouncing around in the Forest box. But eventually Watford can now clear it away.
Well, it's another great save by Goldsmith. You know, she kept her team in it at 1-1, and she's just done the same again there at 2-2.
Steggles now gets the ball forwards, looking for Domingo once again, but can't quite find her. And Nottingham Forest are getting ready to make 2 changes now. Gianna Mitchell will be making her way onto the pitch and joined by Ariana Daniels. 2 players, 10 goals between them this season, 5 assists between them. And it's definitely an attacking substitution, isn't it, that Forest are about to make?
Yeah, definitely. I think the Watford change, bringing on the fullback for Brow, maybe it's just to add a bit more firepower and unpredictability in the Forest attack, as Domingo has a chance there, but it's just wide.
Let's have a look at this save again here. A really nice layoff from Mosby into the path of Moncaster, and you can't argue much is wrong with the strike. It's just a really good save from Goldsmith, isn't it? And definitely saved the match so far, I'd say.
Yeah, she gets down quick, gets down low, and keeps the scores at 2-2.
65 minutes played now. 25 minutes left in this cup final. Still there to be won for either side. Forest look to be in control at the start of this second half. Got that goal, but Watford have come back, and now both sides have come back from a goal down in this game, and yet to be seen who can grab the third. It really could go either way, especially now with these changes Forest are about to make there. They're looking for the kill. Substitutes now to be made. Yet to see who's coming off. It's Sophie Domingo actually, and Mosby coming off. And are you surprised that Domingo's being replaced here?
Well, I just think, you know, Mitchell's a quality forward, so she can cause as many problems to the Watford defence as Domingo was doing before. So we'll see.
Ariana Daniels also makes her way onto the field. She's replacing Yasmin Mosby, who obviously got that second goal for Forest, and it'll be interesting to see now how these changes impact on the game, because you would argue that Domingo at one point was running the show, and now Forest are going to have to find a new outlet.
I think it might just be in response to Watford scoring, to be honest. I think shore it up a little bit, you know, and just not give away a silly goal with the introduction of Daniels at left back.
Daniels straight into the thick of action. She does win her side a throw. Gianna Mitchell, of course, a straight swap for Domingo on that wing. She'll want to quickly strike up a partnership with Greengrass the way Domingo had one. Ball now played into Greengrass, lovely touch there, but well tackled, and straight away though Forest are back on the ball, and now to the substitute Daniels, who plays it into the path of fellow substitute Mitchell, who lays it off for Greengrass. Really good bit of play here by Forest. It's laid now into the path of Moncaster. Moncaster has another chance. She hits it towards goal, but saved by Goldsmith.
It's good play by Forest, spreading the play. And I've just noticed Daniel's coming on, has moved Steggles into that midfield. So it's now Steggles at the base of a midfield three with Anderson and Amy West in front of her.
Yeah, Steggles now moving into her position she's used to operating in. She can play defence and she can play midfield, so it won't faze her to move around the pitch here this afternoon, and just goes to show how important she is for Forest, that she can get in and around those positions and just help wherever they need.
And if this game does eventually go to penalties, you know, she scored 6 this season. Over half of her goals have been from penalties, so that's one to keep an eye on if this game does go the distance.
And it could very possibly do so. 2-2 now, but Watford now looking to come again. Play it into the box, but cleared away well. And Forest can now get it forward. Brilliant turn here. And that might be looked as if it was a risky challenge to be made. And the referee doesn't agree. What do you make of that?
The first touch from Wilson is brilliant, but we'll see it again now if there's enough contact in it. I think that can just pass as a shoulder to shoulder, to be honest.
It was definitely on the line.
Very close though, running a risk.
Did take the risk there. And the last thing you want to do as a substitute is give a penalty away minutes after coming on, and she'll be thankful the referee didn't point to the spot there. Watford now with a chance to come again down this right hand side. Cross now into the box, avoids both yellow shirts in there and lands at the feet of a red shirt. And Steggles now gets it away, and Mitchell now fouled there by Gibson, and Gibson did have her hands full with Domingo, and it looks like straight away she's going to have her hands full with Mitchell as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, similar players, direct, fast, strong. So, as usual, to be fair, for the fullback.
Yeah, her task has not changed despite the change in personnel for Forest. Steggles now will take this free kick. And they go straight, look to hit green grass. Really good midfield play though there to make sure that Watford can't break away, and Forest trying to keep the ball up high here. Cool, calm and collected there by Goldsmith, just to play it out to her full-back under pressure. But a slip here means Forest can now come again, win the ball high up the field, and it's Daniels now. Once again finding her fellow substitute Mitchell, and Mitchell can't make anything of that, and it's going to be a Watford free kick. Throw on, sorry. Game just seems to have settled down a bit now since that Watford goal. I think we're approaching that time now where both teams will want the winner, but both teams will be afraid of also conceding now as we get later into this match. So will be interesting to see what approach they take. And really good turn there now on the ball. They get strike from distance. Perhaps should have passed there.
I think she saw her name up in lights. You know, match winner in a cup final for Forest. It's a good block.
Yeah, it's a chance that doesn't come round often, and after that brilliant turn, she probably just got a bit excited. Amy West there with that strike from distance after turning her marker. 7 goals this season for West, so she's no stranger to finding the back of the net, but probably a bit ambitious on that occasion from the Forest midfielder. Free kick now for Watford, just on the halfway line. As you can see there, Watford flag in the background of the players. Brilliant to see such a great turnout from both sets of fans supporting the women in this cup final. And as we mentioned earlier, Forest with a chance to win their league title at Pirelli Stadium, and their final game of the season on the 30th of April. Tickets available for that one. But their task is clear, and they'll be focused only on this afternoon in this cup final. As Gianna Mitchell now makes a run in behind, and she looks to be able to get onto the end of this one. She does well to cross it into the box. And what a cross from Gianna Mitchell. It's laid to the edge of the box, and it's covered towards goal, but saved. What a ball from Gianna Mitchell.
Yeah, they just needed someone coming in to follow up the spill from the keeper. Forest looking to capitalise here and maybe take the lead again.
Let's have a look at this again. Gianni Mitchell did so well to get there, and that ball is perfect. A perfect ball right where you want it, across that corridor of uncertainty.
They just needed Greengrass to get there at the front post really and, well, try and get her foot there.
As a striker, you've got to anticipate those balls coming in across the box, and you've got to be there on your toes. And not quite for Greengrass on this occasion, but Gianni Mitchell straight away has had an impact on this game, hasn't she?
Yeah, straight into the action, taking off where, you know, after Domingo going off, she's causing Gibson problems down that left-hand side.
Another substitution now here for Forest. May Moncaster, who had a couple of chances, leaving the field of play to be replaced by Neve Reynolds. Neve Reynolds, 3 goals and 2 assists this season. Another player who could pose a threat. May Moncaster put in a good performance this afternoon, didn't she?
Yeah, could have had a couple goals if it weren't for the keeper, but here are Watford on the attack.
Space out wide.
Wallace with the ball in. It's good defending by Forest.
Daniels tried to win a goal kick there, but couldn't quite prevent the corner, and Watford now with a chance. 15 minutes to go in this game. Can they take the lead for the second time this afternoon? Corner now to be put in by Watford's first goal scorer towards that back post. Headed away well there by, I believe that was Gianna Mitchell. She's been involved everywhere so far since coming on. And May Moncaster now can see there making the long walk around the pitch. She put in a shift this afternoon. Unlucky not to score. Really good save by Goldsmith to deny her. And Watford now. Really nice turn there. Played in towards midfield, but almost intercepted there. But Watford keep hold of the ball, and they now come again down this right-hand side. But it's a loose pass, and now Forest will look to counter-attack here through the substitute. Neve Reynolds, who's just come onto the pitch, trying to make an impact instantly. Didn't quite get it right this time, but Watford will have to be careful here under pressure. They look to play it out from the back. 3 Forest shirts in the box. Watford.
It'll be interesting to see in the latter stages of this game which team takes the risks and which team sits back and sort of prepares themselves for extra time.
As you mentioned, a game where both goalkeepers have really had an impact, and Patty's going to have one here. She does that well. Lovely little layoff there from Gianna Mitchell, who tries to make a run in behind, but the ball's given away, and now Watford looks to come again, but given away again. It's all just getting a bit sloppy there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a end-to-end kind of feel about this game now, you know, and there's not much football being played. Lots of tackles flying in, misplaced passes. Someone just needs to take control of the ball, take control of the game, and sort their team out.
Both sets of players as well will be keeping a close eye on the clock and thinking maybe about extra time and saving those legs if neither side's able to find a winner. Cross now in towards the back post. Really good header away there because Heed was lurking, and that needed to be cleared. And now some space in the middle here, but well in there.
Brilliant work from
Georgiou, who's had a brilliant afternoon. 27-year-old midfielder. She loves a strong challenge, and that was on display there. Georgiou, an ever-present in midfield for Watford, and making her presence felt there. Watford free kick now on the halfway line as they now make a substitute of their own, and it's going to be Ellie Heed, the 19-year-old leaving the field of play.
And Wales' all-time international goal scorer Helen Ward entering the pitch for the final 10 minutes of the cup final.
Oh yeah, what an impact she can have, and as you've mentioned, a player who knows the back of the net well, all-time top goal scorer for her country. She's had spells at Arsenal and Chelsea. Club's captain, usually didn't start this afternoon, but a really, really experienced player who could make the difference here. Watford look to work down this right hand side, good work, and it's going to go out for a goal kick though, just over here. What do you reckon, are we heading towards extra time, or do you think either side has a winner?
I think with the attacking talent on the pitch, there's definitely a winner there. It's just whether both teams want to risk leaving themselves open for the counter-attack and then eventually losing the final.
Forest goal kick taken by Batty. Good interception there. And Forest now look to play it forward, but that pass is over here and no one's going to be able to get onto the end of that. But the pressure here from Forest. Played down as they look to work it into the box, but too many bodies in the way, and now Watford. Really good ball there from Georgiou, who's been everywhere. Strong challenge there by Gianna Mitchell, and a bit too strong, and the referee judges that one to be a foul, and I think that's fair. Worth noting as well that Emily Wallace, the fullback who did come on, is getting a lot of space down that right hand side. And once again here she has some space to run into, but probably not going to beat Daniels to this one, and Daniels is able to see this back to her goalkeeper who can clear it to safety. 10 minutes left to play here in this cup final. And as it was at half-time, poised on a knife's edge, and Gianna Mitchell's made another foul here, and I think the referee wants to have a word.
Yeah, I think that's just a succession of fouls, really. A couple in a few minutes, and just a word from the ref here. Oh, she's got a card out, never mind, ignore me.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another bookie for Forest, and just a bit too rash from Gianna Mitchell. And I think, as a lot of people will know in football, when you make one tackle and the referee gives it as a foul, you want to lie low for a few moments after, but Gianna Mitchell's made another challenge straight away, and she's seen herself now into the book. Watford now with a chance to load this ball into the box, and has played well towards that back post, and it's headed on, and Batty was alert to it, and it's out for a corner. Inches away from hitting the target there. Have a look at this again. It's headed on towards goal, but just wide. I think it was actually a Forest head that ended up getting their last touch on that before Batty eventually caught it, but just over the line. And Watford now with a corner and a chance to take a late lead here. It's played into the box. Cleared away though by Gianna Mitchell. And Gianna Mitchell chases her player down, and she's got to be careful here, Mitchell. Just a free kick on this occasion, and I think the referee's going to let her off, but she's really got to be careful there, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think she just needs to calm down a little bit. She's rushing into challenges, trying to win the ball back quickly, which is all well and good, but you must win the ball if you're going to do that. And unfortunately for her, she hasn't a couple of times now.
The last thing you want to do after being booked is give the referee something to think about, and Gianna Mitchell did that just there, but good to see the referee keep a level head. No need for any red card here, and Never want to see that in a cup final. What can Watford make of this free kick? Really good shooting opportunity here. Looks like it's going to be a strike from distance, straight off the wall. And now Forest will look to counter here, and Steggles has done really well. Sorry, not Steggles, that's Reynolds. Has done really well, and now Gianna Mitchell with some space to run into. And Gianna Mitchell now just can't quite get around her marker, and it rolls through for Goldsmith, but
Chandler did really well there, really well. We know the pace of Mitchell, we know the speed that she's got on the break, so to get that foot in was vital.
Vital challenge there from Chandler, and Mitchell's really been everywhere since coming on, and ball now played out to Daniels up against Wallace. Does well to win the throw on there, really smart play there from the Forest fullback.
Yeah, Forest need to tighten up a little bit. They've got a bit sloppy since Watford equalised, and you know that's evident in the chances that Watford are having and Forest aren't.
Ball now forward, but Steggles makes sure she gets on it, and Forest now just trying to play their football. Daniels plays it in towards Mitchell. Mitchell brings it down well. And Mitchell now makes a good run, and a brilliant ball inside from Mitchell, and now it's crossed towards the back post. Free header at the back post, but what a block! What a block!
What a block at the back post that is.
Going to get a replay here just to see who it was that got their head on that, but it looked as if Forest had the goal gaping, and what a chance. Just have another look at this. It was crossed in to the back post by Amy West. And I can't quite make who it was that got their head on that. And Forest aren't able to make anything work from the corner. But that looked, for a moment, as if it was going to be the winner. 5 minutes left now in this cup final, and the tension is palpable around this ground. It's really on a knife's edge. This game could still go either way. It's Hayley James that had that chance to head it at goal. Hayley James has scored this season, and what a chance that would have been to grab her second, but really good defending there at the back post. Watford now getting ready to make another substitution late on here. And it's going to be Bianca Baptiste being replaced by Flo Fife. And well, what a brilliant performance from Baptiste, and she really was a thorn in the Forest side this afternoon, wasn't she?
She was constantly running at the defence, causing problems. But Flo Fife, she's won the FA Youth Cup twice with Arsenal, so she'll cause just as many problems, I'd assume.
Yeah, she's been all over the goal involvements. 8 goals and 9 assists in 14 games this season. A really impressive return, and not a bad player to turn to late on in a cup final when you need a winner. Fans now on the edge of their seat. Just over 3 minutes left of normal time, and we mentioned at the beginning of this game that penalties, extra time, both an option, and it looks like we might be heading that way, unless either team can make a dramatic late grandstand finish. Who do you fancy if this one does go to extra time, and how do you see it potentially playing out?
Put me on the spot there. It's hard to call. Both teams creating chances, both teams playing well with the ball, and it could go to penalties for all we know. You know, and the last time this Forest were in the final and they got to the final, they went to penalties, lost to Barnet. So you think, could that be in the back of these players' minds? But it's all to play for, and there's still a little bit of time left before extra time. So let's see.
Yeah, well said there. Still definitely time for either side to grab a winner, and what a winner it really could be. Both sets of players will probably just be having one eye on extra time now. There's nothing worse in football than a last minute winner that goes against you, let alone in a cup final. And both defences will now definitely be switched on and want to avoid that. And it Can be argued that both teams do deserve to win this game this afternoon. Both played really well, and it's been quite a cup final, and now Watford have a chance to steal it. Players forward. It's a 2-on-2 here. And there's a foul there on the edge of the box. It needed to be made by Becky Anderson. She's going to get a yellow card for it, but she had to do that, didn't she?
Yeah, it's brilliant from Fife. Driving at the heart of the Forest defence. We've seen it with the wingers all game on both teams. And Anderson had no other choice but to bring her down before she got into the box.
And now, this could be a huge moment in this game.
It's a great position for a right footer.
Really good position for this free kick. What can Watford work from this? Forest fans will be nervously looking the other way as it's struck from distance, but nothing comes of it, and Forest fans can breathe a sigh of relief, and now perhaps it's their turn to go and mount a last-minute chance. But really good work there by Gemma Davison to make sure that Forest can't come forward, but they do make something work from this throw, and now some space to run into. Options either side. It's played in behind towards Gianna Mitchell. Gianna Mitchell with a really big tackle there that could have gone anywhere. "10 seconds left of normal time. Steggles comes forward. Plays it into the path of second half substitute Reynolds, and she can't wriggle away from her marker. And now Watford with a chance as the referee shows 3 minutes of added time. Both sets of players have put everything into this, and you'd argue neither side deserves to lose, but one side will have to, and will it be a normal time? Watford corner, big chance now. Watford taking their time with this corner. And once again, just like moments ago from that free kick, the Forest fans will be holding their breath as Davison plays this in. It's a free header and it's cleared off the line. It's saved by Batty.
Well, how has that not gone in? We'll get a replay of that in a second, but that was pinball in the Forest penalty area.
And Forest fans will breathe a huge sigh of relief because this couldn't have been any closer. The Watford player has almost cleared it off the line.
Well, that could have gone anywhere, that. And Forest will find themselves lucky there.
It was Helen Ward on the line, the second half substitute, Wales' all-time top goal scorer. And I think it just came at her too fast because she seemed to kick it away from goal with her back to the net. She needed to put it in, and Forest led off there. And just how big could that miss be for Watford? As now it's Forest's chance to come forward. Just over a minute left in this cup final before we have 30 minutes and potential penalties.
Well, Forest have got to launch this one into the box.
Players forward for Forest, just one player back in the centre circle. What a time this would be to grab the winner. It's Lindsay Harkin, the captain, who stands over this as she crosses it in towards that back post. It's a good ball. Can the Forest header get onto it? It's headed down, but headed wide, and it's going to be a Watford goal kick. Both sides with big chances to win this right at the end. And it's a cup final that has not been short of drama, and we look forward to potentially a final 30 minutes here. Seems to be a helicopter now just landing behind the stand as Watford now look to come forward. They've got a chance here. There's a player over her, if she can pick her out. It's Helen Ward now. Wallace at the back post, it's flicked on, and it goes out for a Watford corner.
Well, that was the moment. That was the moment that any striker would have dreamed of, and especially a player of her calibre. She should really be trying to get a shot off there.
And now it really is squeaky bum time for Nottingham Forest. This will be the final chance of the match. Look at this again, Helen Ward. She seemed to almost just cross it towards the middle, but really crucial block here and now. Watford play this corner in. What can be made of this? It's cleared off by Batty, cleared away, and that will be full time. We will have 30 more minutes, but what an end to this game. Well, how do you summarise that one?
I think it was a tough game for both teams. Attacking, we had goals like we said, and 30 more minutes of it, so I can't wait.
30 more minutes for us to enjoy and get stuck into, and either side really still could win this cup final, and chances at the end, but just chances that couldn't quite be taken, and the players are going to have to regroup, they're going to have to rest, and they're going to have to get ready for extra time. The water bottles already coming out onto the pitch, teams huddling up, and we're going to have a look at some second half highlights here, and we're not short of them, that's for sure. The half started off here with a great chance for Forest, which is a huge save from the Watford keeper, and again here a really crucial block. And then it was the Forest goal. This strike from distance tipped onto the crossbar and just unfortunately off the keeper, and it was Mosby who was first to react. No defender in sight. Mosby bundled it into the net, but look again at this strike. You have to say it's a good save, isn't it?
Yeah, she's unlucky. She was unlucky because she makes the first save, but her defenders just aren't following in, whereas Mosby's alert and she gets her goal.
And now here, as we have a look at another chance for Forest, it was Domingo who did well to get around one, but just one too many in the end, and Forest weren't able to make anything of that. And then this was the goal. As you can see, a brutal change of direction on that ball, down to the wind, and credit though to Watford for reacting first.
It's similar to the Forest second goal. You know, the goalie gets the touch onto the bar, but just look at the Forest players, they're all standing and watching, and the Watford forward jumps in and scores. Poppy Wilson.
They were probably in disbelief, the Forest players themselves. If you just look again just how the ball has moved there, and they probably just weren't quite expecting it. You see Watford player there just celebrating on the halfway line before the ball had even found the back of the net. And then from that moment onwards, it was just chances at either end. Another big save here from Goldsmith. She's had an excellent game. Unfortunate to concede the second. The 23-year-old keeper. And then this was another chance here. Was this a penalty? It was close, but the referee decided against it, and I feel maybe just about the right decision.
Yeah, I think going off how she's officiated the rest of the match, I think it would have been very harsh to give that one.
Yeah, the referee has let go. That was another close chance for Watford, but out for a corner, and it was definitely squeaky bum time later on. Chances at either end. This one again here from Forest. A really good ball to the back post, and if it wasn't for the Watford player in the way, that was going in, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a great ball in from Mitchell, and James so unlucky at the back post with that header.
Another Watford corner here, which...
Well, this one could have gone anywhere, couldn't it? You know, Ward swings a leg at it, and it's just pinball in the Forest box.
You do have to question what Ward is doing, and once again, Ward here, a really good cross through the middle, but Forest defender can't quite make out who that was, but right place at the right time, and looks like we're about set here for extra time and 30 more minutes of drama and chances at either end, which could still be followed by penalties. Penalties would be quite something here, wouldn't it? And how cruel would it be for one of these teams to lose on penalties after the way they've both played?
Yeah, well, that's football, isn't it? You know, there's always got to be a loser in a final. So hopefully more of the same in the next 30 minutes that we've had for the previous 90.
You can see Steggles there orchestrating the Forest fans. 30 more minutes here, no substitutions. Both sets of players that finish the 90 will start the 30, and what a chance for someone on that pitch to put their name up in lights. The captains on the halfway line in the coin toss, and now we find ourselves with 30 minutes of what we hope will be more of the same. Watford players already ready. Forest huddled in a team talk. The Reds with their "Come on you Reds" cry, which is met and responded to by the travelling fans. Back underway here for extra time. Forest straight away on the attack. Really clever bit of play there. Gianna Mitchell now tries to get it forward. Falls into the box for Reynolds. Reynolds just beaten to the ball by Wallace though. What do both teams need to do in extra time here, Elliot?
I think just the same as they've been doing the whole match. You know, quick passing, get the wingers on the ball, compact at the back, and obviously both keepers need to be continuing how they've played all game.
Yeah, either side definitely capable of finding the winner here. Ball now bounces dangerously in the box, but eventually cleared away. Forest. Or Watford now play it around the back. Of course, interesting to note as well, both these sets of players in title races, and will that, do you think, be a factor today in how much energy they leave out on the pitch, or is it all about this cup final?
No, I think you can't go into a final looking to the league. You've got to be focused on the game at hand and try and win the one you're in, and focus on next week. So I don't think there'll be any of that, if you like.
Big game and big week for both these sets of players this afternoon. Forest so far starting the extra time period more brightly than Watford, just trying to get forward, and Daniels now has this throw on, and she'll be looking for green grass, tallest of those players in that Forest front line, and she finds Gianna Mitchell now, who tries to beat her marker but just can't quite do it, and it's cleared away, and Forest get another throw on. We may have to save our voice for penalties potentially, and seems like it's just started a little bit quiet here. Perhaps just the players sort of settling into extra time and resting after what was such an eventful final 10 minutes. Ball now flicked in, but that's out for a goal kick. So tight now, and you really do feel as if the next goal could win it. Watford just taking their time on the ball and just playing it around the Forest press. Not quite as intense as it was in the final few moments of that second half, is it? Or just perhaps a few tiring legs out there. And this is where you believe that the substitutes could be key. Those players who started the 90 have given it their all, and surely can't have much left in the tank as Watford now look to play it out. Really good hold-up play there.
That's brilliant from Davison, and Steggles, she's going to go into the book for that.
Yeah, cynical foul there. She knew what she was doing. Shirt pull. I think Steggles there just had no choice, did she?
Yeah, it's brilliant from Davison driving. I think Steggles just had to take one for the team there. Yeah, a little tug of the shirt. So the referee's right, well within her right to be booking her there.
Davison now with this free kick. Forest fans cheering the Red Army on. You can hear the faithful loud and proud as Davison swings this in for Watford. It's knocked down and no one there to get on the end of it. And Davison strikes from distance and it's blocked. Hit that well on the first time volley, didn't she? And now Greengrass here. Plays it infield and now Forest have some numbers forward. It goes back to Greengrass here and Greengrass crosses it towards that back post, but too close to the keeper, and the threat is nullified there by Watford. Ball played forward and Steggles now comes out with it for Forest. Reynolds picks it up. It's cleared forward now.
I think
here.
she's got to be holding it there. When that ball gets played up, shield it, keep the ball for your team and let your wingers run off you, because that's not good enough giving it away like that.
Watford now look to play it out through this left-hand side. It's played forward now into the path of Ward. Ward, who had a brilliant chance to win the game late on, now plays it in behind for Davison, and Davison has room to run into. There's a player in the middle, she can find her. She's gone past.
What a save.
What a save by
Emily
Batty.
Batty. Brilliant save there and keeps her team in it.
That's got to hurt. She's down at the moment, but it will be pain that's worth it, because that was a brilliant chance for Davison, and Batty did so well, didn't she?
Yeah, it's a great save, but I do think that Davison could do a bit better, maybe open her body up a bit more. She kind of telegraphed where she was going to go, but nonetheless, it's a brilliant save.
Really, really good save, and now Watford here will look to play it through the middle as they'll have confidence after that chance. It's one here, and she's got an option out to the wide if she can find it, but she's tackled in the end, and Forest player now down with an injury, and so Forest throwers, the referee just makes sure that Forest player's okay. Can't quite see who is down from here, but she looks to be getting back to her feet and she'll be all right. Batty now down after that save. I think she's struggling a little bit. Really put her body on the line there, and we'll just hope that she's all right, because she could still have a massive part to play for Forest in this final 20 to 30 minutes, and not to mention if it does go to penalties, Watford player down as well. Number 7. Bodies on the pitch, as they've really left it all on the line here this afternoon, and all still to play for.
Just to reiterate again, at the end of the game, Angela will be taken by the main entrance from this way, will only be able to exit the right onto Princess Way due to police incident. If you're heading back towards
Batty back to her feet, which was good to see.
you need to exit by the gates behind the scoreboard end of the screen. So
after that extended break in play, Forest just having a chance to regroup and re-strategise. As we now look to get back underway here with a Forest throw deep inside their own half. 98 minutes played, 8 minutes of extra time already flown by as both sides look to grab a winner here. Forest call for handball when they will get it, and Forest now Playing it around the back. To get forward, is played in towards the box. Greengrass brought it down well, couldn't quite find a target though. And it's one back though well in the midfield there. And Daniel, with a really good interception there to stop Watford breaking. And Forest just holding the ball high up here now as it's crossed towards the back post. It's bounced over the keeper and almost into the back of the net. And what happened there?
Well, she's got away with one there. That's just misjudged the entire flight of the ball. Got herself caught under it, and she's lucky that that's not found the back of the net.
Have a look at this again, and you really thought it was a routine catch, and she just misjudged the flight of the ball, and she really was saved her blushes there as Forest now look to come again. Really good turn here by Charlotte Greengrass. Great strength to make it into the box. Can she get a strike away? She cuts it across goal, and there's a strike here, and it's blocked up in the 6-yard box, and Watford can clear it away. But once again, Forest almost take the lead. But now Watford come up the other end, and there's space to run into here. The game opening up all of a sudden. Ward making a run into the middle. Can she be picked out? Opts to go alone, and it's out for a Watford corner.
Well, it's end-to-end stuff this now. I mean, we've seen Forest have an attack down one end, Watford straight up the other end. It's great defending from Lindsay Harkin, the captain. Body on the line.
Have a look at that again. Forest so close to going ahead just moments ago, as we just saw on that replay. And now Watford have this corner. Davison standing over it. She scored from a corner what feels like a long time ago now as this game opened up, but it's changed since then, and this corner's played in and cleared away. That's something Forest have done well, haven't they? Defended from corners, and since that opening goal they've done well to make sure no threats come from set pieces.
Yeah, definitely.
Alan Ward tried to sneak in there, but she was offside, and Forest will get this free kick. Just a few minutes now left of the first period of stoppage time. What have you made of it? Sorry, of extra time. What have you made of it so far?
He's been end to end. I mean, I don't know how both teams got the energy to keep playing how they've been playing, but yes, it's making for a good end to the game, and hopefully we get a winner in the second half.
Going to be a lot of sore legs tomorrow and sore bodies. They've put it all on the line here this afternoon. The 22 players on the pitch, and Watford now play it forward towards Ward, and it's cleared away by the captain Harkin. Landed on the roof above us. She made no mistake of that clearance.
If in doubt, kick it out.
She certainly did there, as Watford now look to play out from this throw on, and Forest applying pressure and rewarded with a throw, and now they have a chance to get forward with moments left to go here. Forest throw taken now, cleared away. Ball now played forward, and Gianna Mitchell will chase this down, and it's out for another Forest throw. It's James now with the throw and readying herself to take a long throw here. What can she do with this? It's thrown into the box, but cleared away. Still bouncing around though, and it will eventually go for a Watford goal kick. Chance now for Watford to play out and just try and keep a bit of composure and steady the ship as we enter in a few moments of this first half of extra time. But space now here, but a heavy touch, and Davison loses the ball in the end there after a bit of back and forth. Good block there though, and the ball's out for a Forest throw. Watford still just trying to keep the pressure high. Minute left to play. Reynolds does well there to use her body to keep hold of the ball, and now Gianna Mitchell has some space to run into behind, and Gianna Mitchell, can she get there first? And it's deflected out, but goes against Forest, and it's going to be a goal kick. Looked as if that could have been a corner, but Gianna Mitchell's just as surprised as I am, and looks as if that had come off a Watford player.
Once again, it's brilliant defending as well. So, as
We've
we've seen all game, both teams defending strongly, but both attacking strongly as well. So it's made for a really good game.
And Watford now, really nice bit of run. Steggles wins it back, and now the space to run into behind. Can Gianna Mitchell get it on this occasion? She slides in for it, but the goalkeeper does so well to get there first. Goldsmith really putting her body on the line there, as we saw Batty do earlier on in this first half of extra time, and how vital was that?
She had to do it, otherwise Mitchell was in there, could have tapped it round her, so it's brave goalkeeping.
Really brave goalkeeping to keep the scores level here in the cup final. Watford have to be careful here that they don't give anything away. Just one added minute here of the first half of extra time. Batty will need to get that one away under pressure there from Ward. Forest can't quite keep it on and take their time now and just roll the ball away. Bit of game management there as they make sure they prevent Watford from taking this on quickly, and Forest doing well so far, but Watford dangerous, and as we're still there, ball into the box. There's still chances for both teams here, and second half of extra time coming up as the chances of penalties starts to become more and more apparent. Greengrass now tries to take it down, and he feels that perhaps she could have got that if she chased that, but she couldn't quite chase that down, and perhaps just some tired legs there, and settled for a throw on for Watford. Minute played now, referee has the whistle in her mouth, and that will be the end of the first half here of extra time, and 15 more minutes to play before we potentially see a penalty shootout. Last time Forest were in this cup final in 2011, as we mentioned, they lost it on penalties to Barnet, and that was 12 years ago. Different set of players, different time. So they won't let that crawl into their minds today, but of course no player ever wants to have to take a penalty in a final. It's a nervous thing to do, and we'll have a look at some highlights here now. Big save there from Batty. Really, really good stuff there, and this was a ball forward here from Steggles that almost found its way into the net. The goalkeeper just misjudged the bounce, and Goldsmith's been brilliant all afternoon, but that really would have been a moment that she would have wanted to forget. Chance there for Forest, but too many bodies in the way eventually, and as you can see, neither side letting up in the first half of extra time. Both sides still going for the winner. 15 minutes now between either a winner or a penalty shootout.
What do you think both managers will be saying to their teams in these team huddles right now?
I think the message will be clear: just keep it tight at the back, don't concede many chances, and leave it all on the line, because 15 minutes and a potential penalty shootout separates yourselves and a trophy, and it will just be about making sure they have no regrets after this period of play ends, and finishing the game strong as they've played it. And
well, both teams on for a double this season, so if you get the first half done this week, you finish your league campaign strong. That's a big achievement, that.
Yeah, a chance here really to give them some confidence as well, as you mentioned, going forward into the run-ins in their league campaigns. But today's all about the trophy. Watford now look to get us underway for this second period of extra time. Referee blows the whistle and we're underway here. Watford straight away looking for the attacking option, but giving it away, and now Forest have a chance to play it through here if they can get the ball down, but ball just bouncing around and just needs to settle down a bit. Davison now, who's been absolutely everywhere today across that Watford front line. She's worked tirelessly and now plays the ball in towards Ward, who flicks it on here for Fife. But really good defending there by Daniels to put it out for a corner. Couldn't take any chances there, could she? Corner now for Watford. Davison taking yet another corner for the Yellows, and this one goes towards penalty spot, but referee deciding who that came off, and in the end she awards the goal kick. Kick now for Forest. 14 minutes left to go in this cup final, which has been dramatic. Watford took an early lead. Forest hit back on the stroke of half time and took the lead just after this half time. And they're asking for handball here, but
no, I think she was just in her box. She sort of rolled over it there. I think she's got away with one.
Yeah, have a look at this again, and took out her own defender in the process, and ooh.
Yeah, just body rolls over it, but not her hand, so
Just
she's
about
all right there.
kept her hands in the box as Forest press high here. As saying before that chance, Forest did take the lead just after half time, and Watford hit back, and nothing to separate them as of now. Both teams now looking to finish this match as strong as they played it, as Daniels now getting forward, the second half substitute. She's been lively since coming on, and you do just feel as if though perhaps Domingo could have had a say if she had stayed on, and it was an interesting substitution to bring her off. Joanna Mitchell, though, quality player who can still make the difference for Forest, as Steggles now chases down. Forest do win it back. Just with noise, the helicopter flies over. Both sets of players not distracted though, focus on the task at hand and play the ball forward into Gianna Mitchell. Back to goal, tries to turn but taken down, but Forest keep the ball and eventually it's given away, and it's going to be another Forest throw. As the time ticks closer and closer to the 120, do you think those players are thinking about penalties?
Yeah, I think so. I think as the minutes go by, it'll be in the back of your head saying, am I going to take one? I want to take one. Am I going to step up? So, yeah, I definitely think that would be in their heads now, especially with so little left in the game.
And at what stage will these players, do you believe, just start preparing for penalties mentally and just perhaps just trying to see the game out, or do you think it's all about going for the winner till the end?
Bit of both. I think you don't want to leave yourself open at the back, but also if there's a chance to win it, you've got to take that, and not, because penalties are 50-50, so if you can try and win it, you've got to go for it and not rely on a penalty shootout.
Fortunately, Forest are going to need to make a change here due to injury.
I think it's Hayley James that's down on the far side.
Yeah, Hayley James has been really, really bright this afternoon. She's worked tirelessly, and it seems like eventually the game has just caught up to her, and Forest now getting ready to bring on Hewitt, who replaces the injured James. Georgia Hewitt, 2 goals this season. She would love to make it third this afternoon.
She made her 100th appearance versus Portsmouth in the semi-final of this cup only a few weeks ago. And what a servant she's been to the club.
And what a chance to cap off her 101st appearance with a trophy. Ball now played into the box towards the back post. Daniels was lurking but couldn't quite get her head on it, and that will be a Watford goal kick. 10 minutes left to play here and of the 120, and it's been a really exciting end-to-end contest. Either side could still win it, and I think the fans in here will be on the edge of their seats. The ball's given away here, but a poor touch, and now Watford have the chance to go down the other end. Sterrell's trying to stick to her task, but can't quite win the ball back, and now Watford have space to operate on this right-hand side, but they opt to switch it out to the left, and that was probably the wrong decision, and Forest can see this out. Well, no, they look to go forward, and it's given away, and now Watford can play it in. Forest do eventually win the ball back, though, after a bit of shaky defending there. Just really settling down now, and this has probably been the slowest period of 120 minutes, isn't it?
I just think neither team wants to lose it, so it's a bit conservative. I'm sure there'll be one more big chance in this game, just who will it fall to?
And will they be able to take it, as Watford now look to find that big chance themselves? Fife on the ball, plays it out to Davison. Davison still going 112 minutes later, and that cross is out from Wallace, and Forest can regroup. That Davison goal in the second minute, 110 minutes ago, and a lot has changed in this game since then, but could she end it as she started the game by popping up with the all-important winner? Just being contested there on the right hand side of the pitch, and it is Watford who win the throw on, and the applause you can hear there is for Hayley James as she makes her way over to the substitute bench. A really top performance from her this afternoon, and the fans showing their appreciation for all of her commitment this afternoon. Now played forward. I think, as you said, both sides just really settling the game down now, aren't they? And looks like we could be in for penalties, barring a late dramatic change here. Really good bit of skill there, though. Crosses it into the box, but it's out for a goal kick, and she just couldn't get her cross right, could she, after a good bit of skill?
Just that little bit of composure needed there, just to get your head up, find your person in the box. And unfortunately for Watford, she didn't have that and spooned it wide for a goal kick. But it's brilliant skill at the start of the move.
So we're going to be about composure now as we enter the final 5 minutes, with the possibility of a penalty shootout looming very large. Can either of those sides change that? What a time this would be to grab a winner. Forest do win the free kick here. Referee pulling it back after they'd looked to play out, but the advantage was not there. Ball now played forward. Now Forest have a chance to get forward here, played into the box. Gianna Mitchell's lurking, and it's bounced over, and Forest have won it at the death. I can't believe it. It's bounced over the goalkeeper, and look at the celebrations. Look at what it means.
Look at what it means to Forest. I mean, I don't know how that's gone in. I don't know how the goalie has not stopped that. But a through ball has bobbled over the keeper, and Forest are 3-2 up in extra time.
And we were almost just daydreaming up here, and nothing going on in the middle of the park. Look at this replay again. The ball just played forward. I can't quite tell.
It's Becky Anderson with the ball
Anderson
through.
just played it towards Gianna Mitchell, and it was almost as if Gianna Mitchell put Goldsmith off, and it just bounced over.
I mean, fair play to Mitchell, chasing down a lost ball, chasing down a lost cause, and they get their reward.
And what an
Forest just have to hold on now.
What an impact she might have had now, the substitute. I can't believe it, just out of nothing. And now Watford have no time left, minutes to try and force this game level once again, and really good defending there by Daniels. That just came from just nowhere, didn't it?
It's all about off the ball movement. Mitchell makes the run. Anderson might not have got the pass correct, but it's ended up in a goal through some fortune. Brilliant header by Hewitt at the back post there. Took it right off the head of the on-rushing Fife.
And now Watford have to throw everything at this. It's crossed into the box, but an offside there stops any potential attack, and Forest now just really need to dig in deep and just... What a moment for the Reds, and Goldsmith will just want to forget that, won't she? And after such a positive display from the Watford keeper, she just let that get away from her, and how costly it could be for Watford, but how brilliant it could be for Forest. They're closing in on this League Cup win. Just over 2 minutes left to play, 2.5 minutes on the clock. Gianna Mitchell now plays it forward towards Charlotte Greengrass. Can she get there first? Really, really good defending there. Megan Chandler, the 29-year-old defender. Chandler started all but one of Watford's games this season, and it's incredible to see her still going 120 minutes in. As I mentioned, all these players have left it on the line here this afternoon, and it might just be a little too late now. Watford really need to get that ball forward, and a Forest corner will be exactly what they want here, and Forest just have to see this out, don't they? They just have to dig in deep.
Just keep the ball. If they keep the ball, Watford can't score.
Want to see that replay again at some point to just see if Gianna Mitchell did get a toe on that, because now look, here we go.
I think it's just she slid in to try and win the ball, and it's just bobbled over the keeper. Fortunate for Forest, but very unlucky for Watford.
Very fortunate for Forest, but they won't care one bit. It could be the winner in a cup final, and it doesn't matter how they go in, especially in a game like this. They just have to go in, and it did for Forest. And can Watford match those late dramatics with something even more heroic here? An equaliser now would really change everything, as Wallace now looks to get it forward, but it's going to be a Forest goal, and Forest celebrate that as if it's a goal. Steggles punching her fist towards the crowd. Substitution now for Forest, just trying to slow this game down. It's Powell who'll be making her way onto the pitch. Just trying to see who Powell will be replacing. Naomi Powell, the midfielder. She comes on to replace Niamh Reynolds. Niamh Reynolds was a substitute in that second half, but I think her manager now just explaining to her that it's simply a tactical change to see this game out and not a reflection of her performance. Obviously a substitute never likes to be substituted, but I don't think she'll care one bit if Forest can see out these final few seconds. All eyes on the referee now, looking to her watch. How much added time will there be? 3 minutes 3 minutes of stoppage time here for Watford. Watford now need to get forward. It's now or never. Forest just minutes away from a second trophy in consecutive seasons. After last season winning the FA National League plate, they now look to win the National League Cup. And Gianna Mitchell now wins the ball well, and she can boot it forward and anywhere but their half for Forest now. This could be heartbreak for Watford. Doing everything they can to respond. They play it forward, but the ball's cleared away. Forest now just digging in deep, sticking to their task. The ball now played forward by Watford, away by Daniels, but only as far as Davison. Davison's been everywhere this afternoon. She scored that goal all the way in the second minute. Can she make a difference now? She gets the ball into the box. No one on the end of it though, it's cleared away. Forest digging in so deep now. Ball played forward. Really, really well cleared away there by Gianna Mitchell, and again by Gianna Mitchell. What an impact she's had since coming on. Brought down well here, and now Forest have room to run into. Charlotte Greengrass in support. And
it's brilliant by Becky Anderson, the goal scorer there. You know, potential match winner, buying some seconds for her team in the opposition half.
what a clever bit of play there by Anderson. Experience there just to play that off the Watford player for a Nottingham Forest throw. And Watford will want to get this game back underway quickly, but Forest will be in no rush as we enter the final minute of this cup final. Game now being slowed down. Gianna Mitchell just saying she has an injury, and I think she may well be hurt, but she may also well be just running down that clock. We were minutes away from penalties, but Anderson has changed that for Forest. Can they hold on? Can the Reds win this trophy? 30 seconds left. Watford now need to get everyone forward. Charlotte Greengrass blocked it there, but she blocked it with her hand, and she'll stand in front there now, and she'll receive a yellow card for her troubles there, but she won't care one bit as she just tries to slow down the clock.
Final 10 seconds for Watford here to get something. But it doesn't look like it.
They need everyone forward here now, but Forest sticking to their task, and now all eyes really on the referee. There will be some time added for the time wasting and stoppages, and now Watford, one last chance to get forward. Is that a free kick? No, and it's away from Forest. Watford now need to load the box. There's a fight going on between the two players, and this is the last thing Watford needs to do at this stage of the game. All the players now distracted by this fight, and Watford need to keep their heads. It's a corner now. One last chance for Watford. Just how dramatic would a goal here be? The keeper's coming up. What a story this could be. Perhaps at fault for that third goal. Can she rescue her team now with an unlikely goal? They need everyone in the box now. It's now or never. The ball played in, cleared away, and that will be that. Nottingham Forest win the National League Cup final. Watford players fall to the floor. It's heartbreak, but Forest sent into pure elation. The fans to their feet, and how do we even summarise that?
Well, what a game of football. You know, goals, last-ditch blocks, goalkeeping heroics, and well done to Nottingham Forest for coming through and getting that win. But commiserations to Watford. They put up a great display, and they should be proud of their efforts today.
What a result, and you can see what it means to those players, and worth noting that Watford put everything into that, and Watford really deserve credit for that performance, but Nottingham Forest in the end just able to edge them out, and you can see those Watford players leaving the pitch just devastated, and sportsmanship on display there from Forest as they come over to console some of those Watford players. But those Forest players sent into absolute wild celebrations. You can see what it means to them, and that late goal, wow. I mean, it just came out of nothing, and just how close that game was. And what a final though, what a final, what a game of football.
Both teams put on an absolute spectacle for us this afternoon. Yeah, it was just great to see a lot of goals, loads of people here as well in the crowd, all enjoyed it, but Nottingham Forest are victorious.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest win the final 3-2 at the Burton Albion Pirelli Stadium. We'll have the trophy parade momentarily, but I think we're just going to have a look at some of those highlights of that final period of play, and we'll see the winner eventually. But let's take it back to the second minute, where that feels like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about this multiple times. The Forest player at the front post thinks Manchester doesn't do her job, and the goalie, well, is it unfortunate? We don't know.
And now here we see the goal. Greengrass. This was the goal that started off what eventually was the Forest League Cup win. A vital player for Forest. And you notice there, something I didn't notice at the time, was just the celebrations weren't wild, they weren't crazy. Forest knew they still had a job to do, and this was the goal that put them in the lead for the first time in the match. And once again, Goldsmith will just be disappointed that she couldn't quite get there, but Mosby just so alert. And as we watch these goals now, we just are reminded of how vital every single one was. This equaliser from Watford, really, really unlucky from a Forest perspective, but really good forward play from Watford to anticipate the ball and follow in at that near post and chase it up. And now we'll see the winning goal for Nottingham Forest, the goal that secured the League Cup for the Reds, headed on there by Daniels, the substitute. The ball just played forward into the path of Joanna Mitchell. It looked as if Goldsmith was just going to collect it.
The bobble. It's the bobble. It just takes it over Goldsmith and into the back of the net.
And the Forest players wheeled away in celebration. And at that moment, I think they knew they'd won it. Obviously still with a job to do, but Watford never looked like coming back into it from that moment. And Forest weren't going to let it slip. And look at that. You got to give credit to Mitchell. She may not have got a foot to the ball, but her presence there definitely distracted the keeper, didn't it?
Oh, definitely. Her sliding in causes the bobble to happen, really. Otherwise, the goalie just scoops it up with no one there, with ease. So,
and just
yeah, it's brilliant. And look at the celebrations as well. You know, that's what football's all about. So, yeah, it's brilliant.
See what it means to them going to celebrate with the coaching staff, the Forest fans going wild behind, and now you see this Forest team, Hardo. I think we're about to see some wild celebrations any moment now as team talk, well, not team talk, probably the team praise being given here by the coaching staff, and it'll be brilliant to see in a moment when they lift that trophy and wheel away in celebration. Congratulations to Nottingham Forest, League Cup winners. Huge commiserations to Watford, who worthy runners-up, weren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Both teams put on a great game and gave the crowd here a very good afternoon, I would say, and even better if you're a Forest fan.
And there are those celebrations we mentioned. You can see the passion spilling over, see what it means to them. But I think in the end they're deserved winners, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think they had the better chances. You know, they passed the ball around better, they pressed better, their game plan was better. And yeah, good final, really.
Watford did have moments, and it felt as if when they took the lead in that second minute, it was potentially going to be a tough afternoon for Forest, but they overcame it. And now they head over, eyes on that beautiful trophy. Medals displayed, ready for the League Cup champions, and look at the fans all on their feet. What a moment for these players. It's a moment they'll never forget, isn't it? Forest players now go and celebrate with the fans. as they get ready to lift that trophy, which now has their names on it. Watford going, clap their travelling supporters, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of sad faces here for them this evening, but they deserve this. Equally as much as Forest. Brilliant performance from both teams, and Forest were just able to edge it in the end.
The most officials and winners will now be presented their medals by Paul West, Chair of the FA International League, Karen Faulkner, Development Officer of the FA International League, and from the England International, Sue Smith. Our presentations are to the match officials, the official appreciation to the match referee, David Wilson, assistants Andrea Bashir and Anastasia Blissett, and the fourth official, Elena Harmster.
Both sets of players now getting ready, moments away from the trophy presentation.
After such an excellent final, makes a decision for player of the match. For the winner of the award goes to Nottingham Forest 2022, Sierralta.
Green grass there, just being awarded after a really positive performance.
What a great final that was. So please show your appreciation for your runners up, Watford.
And now the Forest players make their way to collect their medals and lift the trophy. Be painful scenes for Watford as they watch on, but they're worthy runners-up, as we mentioned. And it's Forest in the end who have their hands on the cup. Forest get ready to lift the trophy as the coaching staff collect their medals. Champagne handed out. The captain now making her way over to the trophy. And here we go. Nottingham Forest, League Cup final winners and champions after a brilliant final, a brilliant season for the Reds. Worthy winners, Watford so close, but Forest just the better team on the afternoon, and what a moment for these players, and amazing scenes, and congratulations to Nottingham Forest.
I think all eyes now, after their celebrations, have to be on next week's league decider. You know, I mentioned in commentary the league and cup double in a season would be brilliant for this club, and to get promoted as well into the championship, this has to now be the start of something massive for this club.
What a confidence boost this result will be for that game as well. A win away from a league title, as you mentioned, and promotion, a League Cup win. So much brilliant stuff going on at this club right now, and you just love to see it as the players now begin to go and celebrate. That trophy will be lifted all night, I'm sure, and Forest in the end 3-2 winners here this afternoon. What a moment, and congratulations to the Reds.
Just to remind supporters that as you leave the stadium complex, it is now possible to turn left out on Princess Way, the main entrance to the